Welcome back, everybody, to more Low Tide City action. We've got more round one pools coming at you. I'm Neighbor, and sitting down next to me is Kimono. We're going to be going into some lovely Super Smash Brothers. How you doing right now, Mono?
I am hungry. But luckily there is much around the venue, both in the Kalahari and like literally right next to the venue to cure that. But I'm a little eepy.
I tell you, I'm
a
hungry.
little eepy.
I'm hungry for some Super Smash Brothers action.
Nice transition.
Let me tell you.
I tell you what.
The very first block that I got today was full of non-stop Game 3 last hit zingers. And then the last experience that I had was a little bit of the other end of it. And that's what you get in pools sometimes, is an entire mixed bag. But starting this block of pools, we've got Poison versus Trash Panda, Yoshi, and Little Mac. And this is the 12th Little Mac I've seen today.
Yeah, I've seen so many Little Mac. Like, I was like, okay, Quazzes and losers. And I just saw Mr. Newport, like, make it out of pools. So I'm like, cool. The Little Mac parade is done. But no, Trash Panda, she's bringing a Little Mac of her own and going toe-to-toe with Poison here at the start of the set. Now, this is actually, like, a little annoying for Yoshi, if you really think about it, because Yoshi loves to just land with aerials.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that much against Mac.
No, Mac is like an aerial.
Oh, goodbye.
Yeah, absolutely gone. That is the classic shield break, walk him off. We saw so much Little Mac. I saw Quaz, we saw Mr. Newport, we saw even more, a little bit of R-List. More than I'm forgetting. Genuinely, there was 5 different Little Macs that I've seen so far, not counting Trash Panda.
Hey, but you know what? That's fair.
The constant throughout all of those sets is if somebody jumps against Little Mac, they might just get forward smashed and die.
Which is tough, because Yoshi loves being in the air, and he loves, crossing up your shield, landing on you, all that.
But
no use of the side B, though, so not making it back.
On the flip side, what Yoshi does have that's phenomenal is a lot of air drift to try to mix that up, as well as once you get that hit and you put Mac off stage, holy heck, you're going off stage and you're going to kill that guy.
Yeah. I mean, you can just stay out there forever, and the only thing you have to worry about is the mix-up with that Jolt Haymaker, the side B. But
oh, the pivot grab.
Haven't even needed to see that. Poison's been doing a great job of just dealing with all those Mac tools. And, when you're playing from behind as Mac in this matchup, it's so tough because you can't really force Yoshi to do anything.
Exactly. Yoshi is definitely, a dinosaur of their own volition.
The beat of his own drum, for sure.
Ooh,
nice catch in the roll, yeah.
Absolutely. I feel like maybe it was a chance for Poison to go for like a near out of shield or back air, but the position from Trash Panda was a little awkward. Might have whiffed on Rising, so in comes KO Punch. There's a chance here to even things out, but a little quick on the trigger. Not quite getting the jab lock. Maybe a down smash could have ended the game.
That definitely could have been it. There's that anti-air we're talking about, right? So effective for Mac. Big commit to that up B, but not going to get punished. A little bit of panic on the platforms, but Trash Panda is able to make it out. Start up a juggle on the Yoshi. Obviously Mac can't get any direct follow-ups, but if you land poorly, he's got that ground covered.
Trash Panda holding that center stage so well. Don't want to make any mistakes towards the ledge. Not quite going to get the KO, but another one might just do it from that up special. And where we go.
There you go. You called it right on the spot. And now this is a Mac halfway to a KO punch. This game's not over.
Yeah, as long as Trash Panda is able to hold that center and not get too close to the ledge, where, look, because we were so close to center, that Nair didn't push off stage. Trash Panda is still able to hold on. If that's close to the ledge, that's probably a GG. And there we see at the ledge, doesn't need to be the edge guard, but Poison able to connect the drag down on the back air and finish it off with the smash attack.
Yeah, did a pretty good job playing to that win condition there. Maybe let off the gas like a little too much there at the end of that game. Mac's the kind of character that can bring you down to that one stock apiece situation, but as long as you stay solid with your game plan, you'll probably be fine as the Yoshi in that matchup. It may get a little bit dicey, but Poison hanging on solid.
Yeah, and doing a solid job of playing with that lead, not getting too antsy on moving in, but saying, I'll hug this platform, wait for you to do something, and then find my opportunity to slide in with a drive-by aerial or something such like that. Now Trash Panda going to Battlefield. It is a Little Mac classic. You do love actually the extended movement you get with the platforms, as well as your ability to cover them very well.
He has ladder combos now.
It's like genuinely insane.
Legitimate ladder combos that he can take advantage of on Battlefield. And, if I'm Trash Panda, I'm thinking, okay, that Yoshi's going to love using that double jump armor, but she really might be able to get something started if Poison is, again, a little too gung-ho with landing on those aerials. You can get something big, and you can't platform camp Little Mac, at least on those low platforms.
Not as well, no. The up smash will hit the plats, and even on the top platform, you can reach with the up special. There's a lot of opportunity for Mac to catch you slipping with your Mac counterplay, but that, oh, even bouncing off the stage, there was a chance for a tech, but who was ready?
Shoutouts to C5. Could have teched that.
Could have teched that.
Could have teched that.
Bro, but Trash Panda, unfortunately, not going to be able to catch that tech onto the second stock, but putting in some work already on it with that armor through with the up smash.
Oh man, that aerial drift though, like you were talking about, that's the big weapon for Yoshi in this matchup that, yeah, okay, landing directly on them with those aerials is pretty tough, but you can mix up that mid-range movement so well, use it to stay safe, Poison waiting on that smash attack, get some damage with the down B, down air to chase as well. Can we take him off the top? No.
X flying high and aerial pressure afterwards, full send with the forward air, putting Trash Panda on potential last stock here in winner's bracket.
Is she going to be able to make this comeback? The way that this damage is piling up, thinking maybe not all she can do just to get away from the Yoshi. Barely is able to, drifting out of the score bug and miraculously still alive, but we're still going jab, jab, down B, instant death. That is what happens every time that Yoshi just mashes that pummel, and that is a dominant game 2 for Poison.
Yeah, Poison taking a bite out of Crime and taking a bite out of Mac. In that moment, Trash Panda down to the loser's bracket and Poison on the up and up, chewing their way to victory.
They had the egg tag. The other one was peanut at home. It was just all food related all over the place. Now, I don't want to take a sip of Poison.
That, you know,
well, you know,
maybe develop that immunity.
It depends.
Depends on who my enemies
Depends
are.
on the, you know, yeah, if we could do like a Princess Bride thing, right, where I'm just like, actually, it didn't matter who had the poison. I already built up an immunity to the poison. It's one of the best bits of all time.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And I love good Super Smash Brothers.
But I know that you know that you know that I know that I know that you know that the poison could be in this cup, so you wouldn't give it to me.
And
that's why I'm forward smashing.
Exactly. And I know
that there are more matches
there
ahead.
are more matches.
That's
to be
what
played.
we're waiting on.
Eventually, we'll have two people sit down up to the plate.
And then we'll see who they are, and then we can talk about the match, and that's the cycle of life.
I genuinely feel like that was the 5th Little Mac that I saw, and I can't remember
I think you're correct.
names of certain. I can remember like 3 of them, and I can't remember one of them was.
There's, you know what? It's fair to let them, you know, have a lot of them on pools because they're probably going to see a lot of them later.
Salt King. Salt King was the other one.
I thought that Salt King was a Bowser. Who am I thinking? I'm thinking of Lord King.
Lord King, maybe?
I'm thinking of Lord King. Yeah, Salt King, very good Mac. Was Salt King, I guess, had to play Jordan to make it out?
I didn't see that. I saw Salt King versus a Pikachu.
Okay. Well, for all I know,
Salt King did win
Jordan
that,
could
and
play
then
red.
maybe had to play against Jordan. So
I know that's the sequence to make
progression.
it out of that pool. Yeah.
I would be curious to see what happened then. Where is Jordan? French
Probably,
players are
probably
inquiring.
winner's side. The France wants to know.
The France wants to know your location.
He beat the little Mac. Very curious.
Impossible.
He's bad at the game. Shoutouts to France.
Shoutouts to
You guys are
France.
the best.
Oh,
European Smash in general goes crazy.
true.
Those guys know how to put
They're
on a party.
excited about the game. Shoutouts to their commentators also being good at the game. Shout out Hummingbee.
Shoutouts to their commentators being good.
Yeah.
Period. I love
Period.
Hummingbee. I love Fabs. I love Taylor the Toaster, who I unfortunately had to mute on Twitter today because he's tweeting too much about Eurovision, but I'll fix that later.
Oh no, it's Eurovision season, isn't
Yeah,
it?
no, I turn on Twitter and I'm like, oh no. I forgot to put it on the mute and I have to do it again.
Time to go to bed.
Yeah.
The French are awake.
I'll just wait until it's like 2 a.m. and then none of the Europeans are awake to tweet about Eurovision.
Yep.
Actually, if it's 2 a.m., they're waking up in the morning being like, did you see that yesterday?
The French
Did you
sound
see
like
the
that?
Portugal? They got a red dress in there.
Or just the Europeans as a whole.
Just the
Yeah. So
British people are in Europe.
I don't think there's a single European person right now
In
on
attendance?
currently playing between these two players. We've got MyKO on the Game & Watch up against Jard, which is just a beautiful tag. I love it already. Jard new to me, and I hope I learned something nice today about Jard. Playing Ness. Ness versus Game & Watch is definitely
Tough.
a matchup of all time.
What we mean by that is it's very difficult for Ness. And this is not a matchup that MyKO is inexperienced with either. We do have a couple of Nesses, particularly Beastly, in Dallas that MyKO has certainly played against before. And yeah, this is a rough one for Ness, particularly if you go off stage and you don't really get to play around your projectiles either. You really have to rely on, okay, I've got disjoints and I've got to be pretty preemptive with them.
Right, and Game & Watch out of shield is also just genuinely good enough to deal with even Ness's larger disjoints. You also have big disjoints of your own in like your back air that Ness does not want to deal with. And the bucket really just hurts a lot of Ness pressure.
We did also see that, oh my goodness. You normally think about those bombs being such an oppressive tool. There's that bucket coming out, like you mentioned. Watch that landing hitbox. Ness does also have the absorption too, so you can not worry about the bombs as much. Great drift with that back air as well, so it's pretty dead even.
Ooh, big charge on the up smash, but just getting the edge and not quite connecting on the recovery. Jard very close, but no cigar. MyKO holding on to life.
That stayed out so much longer than I expected it to. That turtle sticks around. He does not leave quickly, but that first stock from Jard will MyKO sealing out that edge guard with that down air, and now the Ness is the one that has to make the comeback. Up smash with no rage, not going to be enough, but chasing with that up air. Excellent stuff from Jard.
Yeah, evening it up 2 apiece. MyKO's definitely got to be careful about cornering himself. That is not where you want to be in any stretch of the means. Ooh.
Full bucket now, and that's off of a PK Thunder as well, so might actually have some real power.
A little bit of
damage, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that damage, and then immediately have gained access to the bucket. I think that was 2 whole.
That's a full bucket.
A whole full bucket already.
So you can
and
just
there
toss
it
it out
goes.
for 3 damage. That move comes out so quick, it's impossible to contest.
We've taken 80% off a bucket alone because you connected your PK Fire. That is an unfortunate circumstance.
PK Fire is just such a
non-move.
useful move unless you are specifically comboing out of it, right? You know, I have time.
It's like the Bayonetta matchup where you hit them with PK Fire and then run away because
yeah,
you don't
because they're going to witch time it.
Jard's still holding on for a long time, though. After those 2 buckets, holding on 150, we've got another bucket.
I like the idea, though, knowing that, okay, the bucket's probably not even going to KO me. It's pretty weak. I can take the hit, but more importantly, what if I get a punish afterwards and I can lead that into a stock? It didn't happen, but it was a good idea by Jard.
Took about 120 per second to bucket. 120%. Straight to bucket.
120 buckets per second. Now I'm thinking about that guy on the highway with the bumper sticker about him having a bucket in a dream.
Oh, no.
This guy had a bumper sticker that was like a paragraph long. I didn't have enough time to read it.
Got 5 words deep, saw bucketed in a dream, and decided that was enough.
Yeah, that's enough. I don't need to know anymore. And MyKO's got a bucket in a dream right now, and that dream is to win. Got the initial hit of the PK Fire, so that might be a little bit more valuable.
And Jard's still continuing to drop those fires, but not quite connecting where we want him to. A lot of pressure, but blessed to have parried that second bomb drop.
A really good recognition by Jard as well to say, okay, I parried that. I'm just going to make a dash for center stage and not engage.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm not scrambling with Game & Watch, which is the correct decision.
2D, but he has 3D hands.
These hands are rated E for everyone.
Jard getting that grab. Gonna set MyKO off stage and grabbing the ledge for reasons unknown to me.
I'm not entirely positive why, but he did do it.
He did do that.
And didn't get entirely punished for it either. So hanging on, but MyKO with that dash attack, covering the ledge, taking that game 1. Kind of slowed down near the end. Both players kind of got a sense of how they wanted to play the neutral and weren't giving each other the big combo starters. But when it slows down that hard and you're behind by a pretty decent margin, it's generally going to go to the person in the lead.
Yeah, those trades will always be in MyKO's favor at that point. And you're losing resources as time goes by because it becomes less and less applicable to say, I'll give you a bucket, it'll be okay. It won't be okay.
It's not okay.
You can't just add fuel to that fire.
The only advantage that you normally get in some matchups where Game & Watch can bucket, say Samus, for example, is, okay, you bucketed my charge shots. Cool. Now I can spam charge shot, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
And then you have to get rid of the bucket. And yeah, that's scary. You're almost giving them a free stock, but you don't really get the same thing with Ness.
Right, exactly. And you can maybe try to fill the bucket with something smaller so that it's not quite a terrifying bucket.
We're going to Smashville for Game 2, which is, for Ness, normally this is an amazing stage, but again, you're talking about a character like Game & Watch who's just in the scrambles, which Smashville opens up so often. One of the best in the game, and quick air dodge to the blast zone and early SD. And that's unfortunate for Jard, who's trying to get some momentum to start this game too.
Yeah, now starting off, PK Fire's probably off the table. You don't want to add to the bucket. Somehow, already taken up to 60%. Going to be pushed off stage. Big dodge. Okay, we make it back on.
And then, you know, bailing out of that PK Thunder late, because it kind of goes on instinct, right? You go on auto, you go, okay, here comes the PK Thunder, and then you have to remember the bucket's there.
Oh, no bucket coming out. Got caught way too deep with that PK Fire. Big opportunity for Jard, but again, grabbing the ledge, I feel like, is not what you want to be doing. You just gave MyKO a lot of opportunity to come back down uncontested.
I don't think that normally it's like an active decision to grab the ledge either. Sometimes you just kind of mess up your movement, and that's the only safe place you can go.
Maybe.
And it's just sort of I messed up. Okay, I got to go to the ledge here. Love the up air to cover. No tech from MyKO. Does stay alive. Right into the up smash, but man, Game & Watch is up. He's so good.
It's so good. I'm still reeling at that interaction and how that played out. A lot of damage.
I'm pulsing at that interaction. It should not have happened. And there, that back air, another great edge guard from MyKO. Things coming apart at the seams after that SD for Jard.
Holding on to that center, but for how long? MyKO coming in hot with the fishes.
It is a Petco in here at this point. You just walk over to the fish tanks, and there he is. And that's probably going to do it. Yeah, MyKO will just take the hit for free, miss the tech. Doesn't matter. It's clean 2-stock to finish out the set. 2-stock both games. It's the Game & Watch moving on.
MyKO clean over Jard, moving on into the bracket. And we'll get to see, hopefully, a little bit more of MyKO, rocking a little bit of that Game & Watch. I would like to game and also watch. That's why I'm here.
I'm also here to listen to this crowd.
Yeah, they're vibing.
Those guys are, I just hear the, like that's a guttural, it's visceral.
And that, I'm not sure if that was for us or for others.
Yeah, there are other events
I feel like for
occurring.
others, they are still cheering.
BTS Smash 2 has Melee, if that's up your alley. The Tourney Locator Twitch channel has Strive right now, I think.
I believe, and I'm not sure where Splatoon is, but you should find it. Because Splatoon is like
stacked.
A super duper major.
This is like actually like a huge Splatoon land. It's like arguably the thing that Low-Tide City is first and foremost right now, because they're like, what, something like 40, 50 teams?
I think second biggest LAN of all time for this game, and then 3 out of 4 of the number one, or like 3 out of 4 of the top 4 teams of NA are here.
Oh, okay.
So pretty
the Cloud9
stacked.
of Splatoon.
So, hey, if you like Splatoon, check out that Splatfest. That'll be a fun time.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that. We're not going to see a whole lot of Inkling in this game.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Probably
you
not.
Could. Nova doing all right in losers bracket, but did end up taking out Shadow PR.
Oh, wow.
So
that's a big
pretty
win.
solid win.
Yeah. Shadow PR is probably the best Bayonetta in attendance because there is no Lima this weekend.
Yeah, if no Lima this weekend, Shadow PR might have been the person to beat and already there out of brackets. So, Bayo rep looking a little light.
Bayo ladies, we are not eating this weekend. On period.
On period.
On a period. I miss that era. I miss commentating Lima, looking at Twitch chat after a shockwave, and then just hearing, yes, on period. Painting nails emoji, painting nails emoji, painting nails emoji, painting nails emoji.
That was definitely a time. And
Lima
sometimes I
SDs,
wonder if
babe, that's not it. You wonder what?
I just wonder if we've gotten past it. Sometimes I feel like I'm still seeing it.
It's shifted away from just the Bayonettas now, though. Now it's a more. I feel like as a gay myself, I can speak on this, and it's just partially I feel like it's shifted to the Palus.
Oh well, that would sure.
Which is probably Mysterica's fault entirely. But
who also plays Bayo?
She does have a Bayo. That is true.
Maybe that's part of it.
Maybe that's where the crossover happened, and now we're just
culturally appropriating character culture.
Cross-pollination.
Well, I wouldn't say appropriating because you're just
it's really
it from one
the
to
same
another.
thing.
It is literally cross-pollination. Okay.
Hey, we got another match.
We got Poogie.
And we got Degenerate, who I'm not going to call him that.
Well,
I'm going to call you Min Min this whole set, buddy. I don't want to.
What's the difference?
Twitter is watching, so I'm just going to.
I'm gonna ask, what's the difference?
Well,
sometimes it feels that way, right?
the difference is that one will lose me followers and the other will gain me followers.
Yeah.
It just depends on your perspective. But yeah, this honestly probably isn't as bad for K-Rool as it initially seems. Holy moly, Poogie.
Yeah, beautiful confirmed to take that first stock. And like you were saying, I don't think it's that bad for K-Rool. You have Nair and forward air as great ins, good angles up against Min Min, who normally struggles, to cover that up and above. But also the armor on Nair will help you a bit, and your projectiles are kind of nice to also cover that range where you have armor almost all the way through. Not worried too much about the arms. Swallow, get him out of.
And then we're probably going to do it again. No, love the Nair. Min Min with no jump, not going to be able to make that back. So Poogie off to a hot start here, and proving us right, man. K-Rool has got some tools. This is the hardest part, but can't be dropping that edge guard. Here's the damage.
Not going to come down with the Nair, so we're not catching when Degenerate that's a little bit behind Poogie. What a parry, though.
Point one. Dash attack. I was thinking dash attack after the forward throw, but definitely way too high percent right there. Quick set up that edge guard. You don't have access to the crown right now, but honestly not a big deal because you're not using it in this situation anyways.
Ooh, gonna be an up throw, not gonna be everything on flat, but oh my goodness.
Oh, clapping up 3 stock in that game. I don't know who Meg is, but Poogie's doing them proud.
Absolutely.
He done good.
If I'm not mistaken, Meg, Poogie's significant other.
I would imagine.
So,
there are hearts involved.
Hearts involved. It didn't have to be an SO if you have hearts involved.
Wait, sometimes you just
have.
As I said, I don't know who Meg is, but congratulations. Your boy Poogie is doing good.
Poogie is eating.
Noodles, in fact.
Eating noodles. No, at least both the players are having a great time.
Oh, of course they are.
You hear them laughing?
Oh, did he just get him with the circle game? Did you just get owned on national television?
Oh, I love to see it.
Can't allow that to happen. Well, can't allow what happened in Game 1 to happen in Game 2 again if you're playing Min Min here. Again, I'm not using your tag, I'm sorry. But I will say that there is certainly an opportunity. You just got to get to center stage. Your jump's gone. I thought you were done.
Yeah, if Poogie was able to get out a little bit quicker, then maybe it was over just then, like now.
And
no tech.
Who was ready for that, to be honest?
Honestly, I thought that I was already dead from getting sent the other way.
Not being a Min Min player, I would assume so too. Drop down Nair might have been coming, but just patience.
I think recognizing that Degenerate had a double jump means even if the Nair hits, you just double jump grab it. It'll be okay. So Poogie opting to hold position instead. Big plays.
And no double jump to make it back. Man, this is just a clinic from Poogie on this matchup. We might be staring down the barrel of a 60-second game.
Yeah, optimally what you want to do here as Min Min is stay on stage.
That's very true.
And then not die. And then you're eating.
Look, Poogie's making that real difficult, and this game looks like it is close to being over. That Dragon Laser saved the Min Min here a couple of times, though.
Yeah, 2 very important Dragon Lasers that prevented drop-down Nairs. What a spot dodge.
Wow, actually going through the armor.
Hey, wait a minute.
Couple hits and does take that first stock.
And
it's all you're going to get. Got the one. That's all you needed. Oh my God, he's cackling.
Straight up cackling. But hey, beautiful adaptations.
Whoa! Move the camera.
Poogie, that is not appropriate for the people to see.
This is rated E for everyone. I love that we have the mic to listen to the players, but then sometimes I'm like, let's be careful. Look, do we have the bleeps ready?
Are we on radio time? Do we have the 7-second buffer? Please.
We need just like a black sensor bar that just in case we see
just
another
covers
K-Rool.
Poogie as a whole. Like, you cannot be
just
seen on
follows him
camera.
around. You're just tracking it around on OBS.
Yeah. Poogie, one of the premier Twitter users of the scene.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes we do need a sensor bar for anybody who's just extremely on Twitter.
Oh yeah, no. If you get like a Waidu or an Aaron on stream, like just black it out.
Just so people don't know who they are. I feel like I've learned too much.
Maintain the anonymity. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now I
Like, I never want to know who Drill is. That would ruin everything.
You know, one of the funniest things of all time, I think, is that somebody doxed Drill and everybody just pretended that it didn't happen.
Oh my god.
Because everybody was like, everybody was like, I don't want to know.
We're
not looking at that.
No.
Yeah.
It's like the Spider-Man moment in Spider-Man 2 where everyone just looks away. They're like, I didn't see Peter without the mask.
See who?
Spider-Man without the mask.
I don't know who that is.
Here's
Peter
your mask.
Griffin?
Yes! Peter Griffin.
Holy crap, it's shooting ramps.
Known superhero, Peter Griffin.
Honestly, he's basically immortal. He can't be killed.
I mean,
He's been through so much.
it's from a close enough area to where Spider-Man's from, right?
It's pretty
Far-
close.
You could take a short web sling over from Gohan.
I wish I could Doppler effect on these microphones. That's the closest I can get.
You did pretty good.
If it worked, press 1 in chat.
Yeah, and if it didn't, press 1 in chat.
Press 1 in chat anyways. I just want to see ones.
You see ones all the way down.
I want to see Twitch chat popping off this
Can I see some zeros also? I would like binary in the chat.
I don't want any binary. None for me, thank you.
Add 2s so we can also have non-binary in the chat.
It's like Xenoblade 2 where there's a character whose gender is just in the game's code 4. There are 4 genders in Xenoblade 2. It's male, female, animal, and 4.
Animal and 4. And we need Rex to come onto the stream right now to tell us what's going
Much
on.
like we saw Poogie, I don't think we need to have Rex on the stream either, all right? No more Giga Chats for us. We're all out.
We've had enough.
We're all out.
Yeah, we're not all out of games, though. We do have
Plenty
quite a bit of
left.
that. So
I
we've
know
got-
that after our block there will be Squad Strike. We'll do top 24 and then into top 8, and then maybe if there's time after, there's some round 2 pools, because that'll be playing top 128 into top 48, I believe, and then 48 is where we start tomorrow.
Yes. So everybody's playing to make it out of pools today. Tomorrow is where all of the biggest action happens as far as the singles goes. But if you want to see how we get there, keep showing up right here, right now.
Keep watching.
And after this, we get to watch the entirety of squads, I believe, all the way from top 24 to top 8 finals.
You say entirety as if only 24 people entered.
Well, okay,
there
so
were
the-
definitely more than that.
The entirety of the finale of squads.
Yes. Top 24 through to the end.
The upper bracket. as it were.
Guaranteed. Well, let's get a matchup nobody knows anything about. We've got Zelda versus Wii Fit trainer Sergio and Katy Perry.
Yeah, what a beautiful
Great tag.
Yeah, Katy Perry, another Twitter user of Super Smash Brothers. I see frequently, although that could just be the fact that I follow Lima. You know, sometimes I don't know.
I would nary to hazard a guess myself either, but nonetheless, we do see we got Katy Perry. I mean, off to a hot start right now, right? Tons of damage built up on the Wii Fit, and it's very tough for Wii Fit to get things started because she normally wants to pressure you with the threat of a lot of projectiles and that deep breathing, but Zelda has tools to deal with a lot of, okay, I know when you're going to do something. Look at that, just teleport right in on that soccer ball.
And this is another scenario. Earlier, I got to watch a little bit of Wii Fit versus Little Mac, where the Wii Fit actually doesn't get a lot of opportunity to play where they like to most at the ledge because Little Mac at ledge is so strong. And the same thing here with Zelda. If you decide to yourself, I'm going to go to the corner and sit at the ledge, you're going to get eaten alive by a Phantom. Or one of 6 other things that Zelda can do to you there.
Plenty of options to deal with it. And I love just taking their time off stage as well, right? I love seeing Katy Perry just say, okay, you've got that deep breathing, so I'm just going to stay out here as long as possible.
Oh, yeah.
Great parry, though. You're hot and you're cold, and you're yes and you're no.
Mostly no in that moment.
Yeah.
Oh no, baby, what is you doing?
Thought you were going Hit Me Baby one more time. I was like, that's Britney Spears.
Different.
Yeah.
Slightly different.
Different artist.
Ooh, not going to get anything off that landing there. Looked so juicy, but not quite what we want. Oh! Retaliation!
Going for the second one as well, calling out, trying to do the header at the ledge.
We are scrambling.
Squabbling.
It is simply a mess at the ledge right here.
Finally, okay, we're back on stage. I mean, I would expect it. I mean, both of these characters are so good at planking and ledge trapping both. There's another one of those upbeats right through the stage. Like, I think the main game plan from Katy Perry is just like, look, I'm going to wait for you to, I'm going to try to pick up on the habit of things like the header, the neutral B, and then I'm just going to try to quick punish you for it, but There's that big Wii Fit bagger.
That was also the biggest deep breath for a very long time we were breathing.
Ow.
Why did that turn into a dog sound?
Well, that's the you know when you hit it, it goes. You know.
No, I don't. But I guess I'll take your word for it.
Take a listen to the sound design next time.
I'll listen.
They spent so much time on it.
They do. They do. Oh, the Nair not going to be hitting Juicy, getting stuck on the Knight. Man, Katy Perry has an opportunity. I feel like so many Knights have gotten interrupted by a soccer ball or a sun salutation just bonking Katy Perry in the head.
Well, and that time it was just the Knight got straight up decimated. Like that was a go out with honor, sir. Nice reflect.
Down, Mr. President.
Down, my liege. Protect the princess.
Katy Perry
8%.
on center. Wow, just getting smacked on the way over.
That was another one of those times where it was an attempt to do the, forget whatever I was saying because you are now extraterrestrial sent into space by that down air into up air.
And that was a just slobber knocker of a game, back and forth, so much scrambling at the ledges and in the corners. Finally, the one down air connects. I am interested to see where the adaptations develop. What changes? Because it has just been a constant swinging.
Neither of these players have slowed down yet, right? It's mostly just been, I'm going forward. I'm blowing up like a firework right now. But I think that if you want to try to get ahead in this game, you do kind of have to be aggressive at least at the start. And it's hard to break off that tempo when you start off by saying, okay, I want to be aggressive, and then you kind of get used to that playstyle. And like we're saying, you have to be versatile.
Yeah, neither one has really been able to hold position very well. It's been a lot of dancing and trading of that position. Katy Perry going to be starting off a little bit hotter than Sergio right now with a little bit of that damage, but Sergio finally got that deep breathing active, a little bit more movement. Maybe he's going to be able to counteract some of this. Whoa, that was a brave teleport.
Yeah, if you forget to stop holding down, you're just gone.
Or just miss it by a half a second, you know?
You're a little bit too close, yeah. I'm loving the use by Sergio right now of trying to use that soccer ball almost like a snake grenade, just like bouncing it across the stage slowly for that stage control and seeing how you react afterwards. Look out the ball!
That's a keep your eye on the birdie moment where I feel like Katy Perry had no reason to not dodge that ball other than was not looking at opponent. And sometimes you do get caught up when you're recovering trying to say, where do I need to be? But you still need to look, where are they? What are they doing?
Yeah, because your first instinct is usually, okay, how far am I to the blast zone? You know, what do I need to do to recover? Love leaving the Phantom on the ledge, but Wii Fit can just take so much time out there. It didn't even matter.
Absolutely. Now we have the deep breathing again. Oh, back air not going to do because the dash attack didn't cross up.
This is a very impressive turnaround in this game, too, by Sergio. Catches the hang on the ledge with that sun salutation as well. And this is what happens when Wii Fit gets some momentum, right? That playing from behind is very difficult, and that's what we saw a lot in that game one. But look at what you can do with a lead, man.
Yeah, and that's a big stomp the yard on Sergio, re-grabbing the ledge. Had no other timing mix-up available. Oh, that's an up throw? That's damage? No.
No big combo, I guess.
It's not really a guaranteed, but there is some mix-up involved.
So much shield stun on that whatever Katy Perry wanted to do actually just got eat. You know, you think with this buffer system, you're like, okay, I'm just going to mash it whenever, right? But
no, my input.
Where did it go? How did that not hit Wii Fit?
That's a great question.
Is she like still bending down from the salutation? Came up, huh?
Tall character, but has a lot of low profiles, so.
Just some like very jerky, weird animations that are. It's like Art of the Drunken Fist.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except like the polar opposite because it's yoga.
Yeah, it's not drunken at all.
That was supposed to be an up smash for sure.
For sure. Would have absolutely taken the stock, but the back air is going to finish it off. That was an explosion of a back air.
That was powerful. Deep breathing back air is scary. Most of the moves are, but that back air in particular turns into like...
Hit like dynamite.
It's like Ganon back air, really.
Yeah, pretty much. And now going into this third game, the first one was like down to the wire, last opportunities here. Katy Perry edged it out. They did not have the same success in game two. Sergio just kind of rolled with it.
Yeah, if they were taking it easy after that game one, you know, wide awake now after that game two.
You really have to give it your all in this game three. No more opportunities, or else loser's bracket might become your new best friend. That's not where you like to be. Already starting off, getting that deep breathing online as soon as you have some space to work with. And deep breathing is really, I feel like, one of the bigger game changers.
I'm interested with Small Battlefield as the counter pick too, considering what we saw on that game too. Oh my goodness. Okay, I love the idea there. Just to schmooze, get tricky, but again, I feel like that's what Sergio's been looking for, and was a big part of the success in that game, was that Sergio got the lead and said, okay, now I do not have to be the one approaching you, and I can just wait for you to come to me, and that's where a lot of those good things happen.
And Sergio's positioning this game has just been so good, finding a lot of movement from Katy Perry defensively, as well as catching these teleport ins, and now finding time to reset deep breathing. Can we catch this back air? Not quite teleport. Beautiful from Katy Perry.
Go, my lord. Take this hit for me. That's so much damage.
Yeah, and we could have seen, even with Port DI, maybe even been the stock.
Ooh, read the roll too, but Wii Fit's tip boxes are unfortunate.
They are boxes.
Box, no hit.
Oh, gonna get that just a little bit. Katy Perry at the ledge. What are we gonna be able to do? Dash attack for our life. Every time
Straight
Zelda
up.
does go for a dash attack, it feels like a desperation attempt.
Yeah.
Get me out of
Please,
here!
I want center stage.
Please.
There, that-
Oh, the Knight's still coming in
Wow.
clutch, catching the salute, the sun.
She threw a whole chessboard at this guy.
Oh, come on.
It did not need to be found.
No. Now, though, you know, if there was any way to lose a stock, it's fine that it's that one. At 150%,
If that's where you cook too much, sure,
yeah.
fine.
It
But you
was
don't
burnt.
want that, because you want to be able to play patient, right? You want to be able to be the one that sits back and makes your opponent have to come to you in this matchup, either side, and especially we haven't gotten to see Katy Perry do that at all.
Absolutely. A little bit of a percent lead, but Sergio understands, you know, one deep breathing, one opportunity here, just like this. And it is right back. You in the driver's seat. We are a blasting back air away. Oh, just one tap. See where we go.
It's 112%, so there are plenty of options for Sergio to take the stock. Down tilt was not on my bingo card, and it will remain not on my bingo card.
Big old breath. Reset the deep breathing. Can we catch the back air? Doesn't find it.
Still looking for that down tilt, too, because after that deep breathing, for sure you're going to the blast zone. Oh, it's still active.
Because it hit. Katy Perry deactivated the Knight.
Spacing from both of these players. No teleport cancel, so that could have been real dangerous for KP, but still hanging on here. And honestly, like a lightning kick or something, that could take the stock here.
Oh, yeah, and the forward smash not quite going to do it, but Kiss in the blast zone. Sergio managed to avoid the Knight, not going to get up into the forward smash.
Definitely didn't want that Knight on that platform. Definitely gave Sergio the opportunity to get back to center, but doing another ledge trap sequence and the big Din's fire.
Yeah, huge for Katy Perry to end that at about 100. Still sitting at high enough percent that, yeah, that forward tilt just going to finish it up. Last stock, game 3. One of these players is going to have to slum it out in loser's bracket. And that was an opportunity for Sergio to end with an exclamation point, but continuing with all of the pressure, the deepest of breaths.
Take a nice deep breath right now if you're Katy Perry too, because this is one hit away, especially with deep breathing Wii Fit online. One solid hit could be the end of the stock. Just hop it.
Both players just opting to buy space instead of continuing to scramble. Big lightning kick for Katy Perry. Set up a ledge trap, but bonk, there goes the Knight. Off
Got
duty.
to get up on time, and that was literally just a 50-50 for Sergio, who's now looking to close this out with a back air. Does get the deep breathing up, so that becomes a little bit easier. Big whiff on the forward smash, but no punish.
Oh, we were able to get the lightning kick up, but the back air is what punishes the overextension. At the end of the day, Sergio manages to solid it out and push Katy Perry into the loser's bracket.
Yeah, they got a little bit over-reliant on that forward smash at the end. We saw just a ton of them come out, and again, you just have to be so extra patient in that matchup. If you crack first, you're probably going to be the one to go down. And against deep breathing Wii Fit, you can't afford a single whiff.
Right, I feel like if you hit the front half of Wii Fit's shield there, that's maybe okay, but hitting the back half was a death sentence, because then boom goes the dynamite, that back air flies out, kicking you ahead.
And it's funny because against most characters, you're like, oh, I hit the back of their shield.
I'm okay.
What are they going to do? Like, I got time.
Yeah.
But not in that case.
It really varies. It really does. But we've hit there, and it ended up being opportune to have back facing Katy Perry.
Matchup knowledge, my brother. It's very important in this game when you got, like, what, 80 characters
There's
that
so
you got to
many.
learn?
There is so much to know and so much to do.
And we've got a lot to do, which is why we're going to take a quick break so that we can catch our breaths, so that you can catch our breaths. I'm going to show you a couple ads, and then we will be right back with more Low Tide City.